Hi.
Merry New Year and Christmas. Rob,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're old, but
Very old. I'm experienced. That's the word.
yeah, let's pretend that's true. Yeah,
I'm like a fine wine.
yeah, gone
It's
off.
gone vinegar. It looked good on the outside. Didn't it? Opened up and then it just rancid.
Listen, this is really your wheelhouse, and I constantly am impressed with the knowledge that you have and how you retain it. Sometimes, one of these days, I'm going to forget to breathe or something like that because my brain only stores so much data, but you seem to be able to have an affinity for taking on this stuff. And sometimes we have to grab you by the ankles and pull you out of the rabbit hole because there is a lot of rabbit holes. This is where we are really, really good. And I'm not saying that we're the best, but we're not a kick in the ass off it.
I think when it comes to this stuff, I think we are.
Yeah.
Because we do that much homework.
Yeah. Well, you do that much homework, Rob. So one of the things is that we're constantly getting asked about verification of bottles and, how do we know that these bottles are legitimate? There will be no bottle in Irish whiskey auctions unless it has gone through our hands and verified by one of us.
Yeah.
We will not.
100%.
100% right. It's going to be a real good one that's going to catch us because you are so good at it.
We're prepared to lose business.
We will just turn them down. We'll say no. So, old bottles of whiskey, they've been coming to us from day one. It's things like this that, people over Christmas would receive gifts and they'd say, oh, we'll put that away in the good room till there's a right occasion, and the right occasion never comes.
Yeah.
And there's so many of these bottles out there, and I reckon there's still so many of these bottles out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
You've got old Bushmills, you've got the old labels of Paddy Irish whiskey, the old labels of Power Irish whiskey, Middleton whiskey, the old Redbreast 12s, there's so many of them. These Jamesons, this is where the problem actually really is with these white label stuff. Rob has gone down so many rabbit holes that I'm nearly calling you Bugs Bunny at this stage. You have found so many of them that are fake. That is out there. And what's happening is people are putting them into sort of just regular antique auctions.
Yes.
Buying them, thinking that they're getting a bargain, and then coming to us and saying, oh, look what I got, and can I put this in, and seeing the prices that previous versions
have got. They're just the ones we hear about.
And they're just the ones we hear about, exactly. How many people have them at home sitting on them as collections? There's one, an old Jamaican rum. This would have been an old bottling that was done for an Irish brand. They're very poorly labelled, as it didn't identify who. Yeah. But even in Dundalk, Carolyn's and Backhouses and ABC and all that would have bottled it like nearly identical to that there as well.
Yes, some of them have the names on them, but very rarely. You usually just get a generic name.
Yeah. So look, there's so many of these olds. The experience of tasting these whiskies is cool as well. I know a lot of the societies are buying them as well.
Yeah,
to
these
use
are
them in
very
tasting.
different whiskey. They're not like today's
No.
They're not.
Dirty, oily, waxy, the pot stills. Jarlath allowed us to taste the 1930s on the cruise against Three Crowns, against the modern Three Crowns. Totally different whiskey. And again, you don't know what it is. Some of it will be pot still. And even with all the records that IDL and Middleton have, they still don't know. And we've reached out to Carol on multiple occasions, and she hasn't.
We've lost an enormous amount of data on how things were done back in the day.
Well, because a lot of these publicans were bottling it themselves, so they just literally were putting in anything as well. And so
a lot of them are gone now.
Yeah, and verifying them and all that sort of stuff. So look, we are a speciality of this. This is that man's forte. He does excel at this, sometimes to his detriment, where I'm going to kill him and say, Rob, you can stop spending 2 days on one bottle. We need all these other bottles done as well.
But we will do the work, and that's the important thing.
Exactly. So you can trust Irish whiskey auctions is essentially what he's saying. Don't trust him. Would you trust this man? You trust me. Would I lie to you? That's it, lads. A very happy Christmas. Happy bidding. Get on that. Cheers.